Hello students. So we will solve the questions of syllogism. We have already learned. So let me just revise the process with the very first question. So this is a statement-based question. All pens are books. All pens are books. No chair is a pen. So this is pen. This is books, and this is pen. This is chair. So what we have done, we have created this was statement one. This was statement two, and based on the conclusions, we will try to merge these diagrams. Based on the conclusions, we will try to merge these diagrams, and we will try to basically negate the conclusions. Our point should be negation of the conclusion. If can be correct, if can is not given in the question, if can is not given in the question, we will not look for the possibilities that can be possible. We will just look for the possibilities that will prove the conclusion as wrong. That should be our goal, and that will make our work so easier. Like this is the step one, drawing different diagrams for different statements, and this is the step two. Based on the conclusions, try to prove the conclusion wrong based on the diagram that you can merge. Okay, all chairs are books. This cannot be true. This cannot be true. This is literally not true because chairs are very separate from pen, and this can be the diagram for that. So this is not true. Some chairs are pens. Some chairs cannot be true because no chair is a pen. So the diagram is very different. All books are chairs. Again, same. No chair is a book. This can also not we cannot be sure because we will merge this diagram like this. Books and here are chairs. So pen and chair are still separate, and some books can be chair. So this statement is also wrong. So none of the conclusion follows. This is the standard procedure, and this you should follow, and you will not get. So accuracy is very important in syllogism, and you will not mark any question wrong if you will follow this process. So please bear with me. Okay, again same. Some doctors are teachers. So these are doctors. These are teachers. All teachers are engineers. All teachers are engineers. So this is teachers. This is engineers. All engineers are scientists. So these are engineers. These are scientists. Okay, this is for statement one. This is for statement two. This is for statement three. Now, conclusion one is some scientists are doctors. Some scientists are doctors. Some scientists are doctors. So when you will merge these two diagrams, you will find that somehow this will be scientist, this will be scientist. So some scientists will be obviously be doctors, and this kind of some type of conclusions are usually true. This is just on the basis of observation. Some can be true. Some are there is a possibility of some being true. Okay, all engineers are doctors. All engineers are doctors. This cannot be true because it can be something like this. So this doctor and these are engineers and these are teachers. So all engineers are not doctors. So this is wrong. Some engineers are doctors. Yes, based on the same logic that we like merged diagram one and two and three. Now we will merge one and two. So we will find that some engineers are doctors. So both conclusion one and three follows. This is just practice in simple way. Okay, now some radios are mobiles, some radios are mobiles, obviously. All mobiles are computers. This is mobile, this is computer. Some computers are watches, these are computers, these are watches. So these are the three diagrams based on the three statements. Certainly, some radios are watches. Certainly, some radios are watches. Now, see, some radios are watches. So, some so suppose this is the thing. So, if you merge all these three diagrams like this, if you merge all these three diagrams like this, so radios mobiles. Okay, mobiles are taken up by these computers, and these are the watches. So there is no relation between radios and watches. There is no relation between mobiles and watches. So D. Neither the conclusion one follows, neither the relation conclusion two follows. So our purpose is to prove the conclusion wrong, and we are successful in that. If we are not able to do that, if we are not able to do that, then we will mark it as right. Then we will mark it as right. This is something that you need to take care of. Some cats are almirahs. So these are cats. These are almirahs. Some almirahs are chairs. So these are almirahs. These are chairs. These are chairs. All chairs are tables. All chairs are tables. So these are chairs and these are tables. Okay. So this is certainly some almirahs are tables. Some almirahs are table. Some almirahs are tables. See. So when you will merge these two diagrams, so this will something be like table. So obviously some almirahs are table. This is the intersection. Some almirahs are table. So this is correct. This is correct. Some cats may not be chairs. Some cats may not be chairs. This is something that you have to keep in mind that this is may not. So obviously these are the cats. These are the cats, and these are the like the chairs, and these are the almirahs. So suppose these are the cats. So some cats are not chairs. Obviously some cats are not chairs. So this can be true. So both conclusions are true. And I've already said that the sum, this is kind of a moderate statement, and there is a high chance that it will be true because we are not able to prove them wrong. No? So based on our methodology, so what we are doing, we are trying to prove these statements as wrong. We are trying to prove these statements as wrong, these conclusions as wrong, and we are not able to do that in the case of some because there is a possibility in every case like that will happen because an intersection is possible. Some means an intersection, some means this. Intersection is quite possible. All is a different game. So that is something that you have to keep in mind. Okay, again, some greens are blues, so these are greens, these are blues. Some blues are blacks, these are blues, these are blacks. Okay. Now conclusion one, some greens are black, not necessary, not necessary. So if it's something like green, blue, and then black, so not necessarily some greens are black. No green is black, no green is black. This can also not true because when you will draw black like this, then this is all greens are black, not true. All blacks are green, not true. Based on the same diagram, based on the same diagram. So neither conclusion follows. Quite simple question because the three variables are there and the confusions were very extreme. Now again, all cats are dogs. So these are cats, these are dogs. All cats are black. These are cats and these are black. Okay. Now all dogs are black. All dogs are black. All dogs are black. This cannot be the case. This cannot be the case because suppose if the diagram is like this, we will merge the diagram like this. So these are the dogs that are not black. So wrong. Some dogs are not black. Some dogs are not black. Again, this can be the case like C, D, and then B. So in this case, all dogs are black. So both the conclusions can be proven wrong based on two different diagrams. So this should be our goal, and this question should be dealt like this. Okay. Now this. Mm, some rats are cats. So these are rats. These are cats. Some cats are dogs. So these are cats. These are dogs. No dog is a cow. So this is something like dog. This is cow. Okay. So these are the three diagrams. No cow is a cat. No cow is a cat. If you remember one more thing that I want to take up here. So a positive statement, all or some cannot give to a negative statement, cannot give to a negative statement. So this, based on this, these two statements will be wrong. Now we will prove how. Some rats are cats. So this is no cow is a cat. So suppose cat is separated from dogs. The cow is here, and still it is separated from dogs. Still it is separated from dogs. So dog are here. It is still separated from dogs. So no cow is a cat. We cannot say that. So this is wrong. No dog is a rat. Again. So suppose dog is here. Suppose dog is here. So they, some cats are dogs. So this is suppose dog is here. Intersection of rat as well as cat. So this statement can be proven wrong. Some cats are rats. Obviously, if some rats are cats, some cats are rats. This will be true. So only three statement is followed. So if you can see that some statements have a chance of being true. A man had a wife, two sons, and two daughters in a family. So this is man, wife, two daughter, daughter. Daughter were invited to a feast. Invited to a feast. The male members of the family take our. So these are the male members. So these gone. Man's father did not return from his work. So this he is not returned from his work. Uh, only the man's wife was left at home. See, in this case, the daughters were invited to a feast. It is not mentioned that they went to the feast. Okay, so the second statement is quite dicey. So they can be left at home. It is likely that man's wife was left at home. This can be true because there is no mention about her going outside. So this can be true. None was left at home. Not right. The more than one person in the was left at home. This we cannot be sure because they were invited and they can go there. Like there is a diciness about the daughters of the man. There is some dicey thing there. So that you have to keep in mind. Lady's finger is tastier than cabbage. So lady's finger is tastier than cabbage. Cauliflower is tastier than lady's finger. Cauliflower is tastier than lady's. Cabbage is not tastier than peas. So cabbage is less tastier than peas. So cabbage is the least tasty for yes. Cauliflower is tastier than cabbage. Obviously yes, based on those three things. So these two statements are true. These two statements are true. These two statements are true. This 17 this 10th question of 2017. Okay. So no supporter of Party X who knew Z supported his campaign strategy, agreed for the alliance with Party Y, but some of them had friends in Party Y. Okay. So no supporters of Party X who knew Z. So there are supporters of party X who knew that, and who didn't knew that. Okay, these are the two types of supporters of party X who knew that, supported his campaign strategy, agreed. Out of them, there are two. Out of them, there are two. Out of them, there are two. Supported and not supported campaign strategy. So there are two who knew that, who don't use that. Supported campaign strategy, not support campaign strategy. So these are the ones. These are the ones who did not agree. They did not agree for the alliance with party Y. Some of them had friends in party Y. लेकिन इनमें से out of some so like S1, these are friends. Did not agree for the alliance, but some of them had friends. Now, with reference to the above information, some supporters of Party Y did not agree for the alliance with Party X. Did not agree. So this is not mentioned. This is not mentioned. We cannot consider it as true. No supporters of party. So there is at least one supporter of party Y who used some supporters of party X as a friend. Yes, because some supporters of party X have friends in Y. So because there are some friends, so this can be considered. Let's say it is doubtful. No supporters of party X supported Z's campaign strategy. So some supporters obviously supported that campaign, so this cannot be true. This cannot be true. No supporters of Party X knew that. This is definitely not correct because this is mentioned obviously in the. So this will be our answer. This will be our answer based on elimination. See, these questions you have to do by elimination. There is no other chance. You cannot just negate an option. You can just write this D outside if you are not feeling sure about that option because that may be correct, and just negate all the options because three options will be there that you should be sure that this is not correct, and one option will be there that is kind of dicey. You may not be sure about that, but it is still the best possible thing. Okay. Some supporters of Party X knew that. This is again on similar lines. Some supporters of Party X knew that. Some supporters of Party X who opposed that campaign strategy knew that. Obviously, this is based on our diagram. Some supporters of Party X knew that this is correct. Some supporters of Party X who opposed that campaign strategy knew that obviously. No supporters of Party X supported Z's campaign strategy. This is very extreme and this is not correct. This is not correct because obviously some supporters supported Z's campaign strategy. So that is three only will be correct answer. No supporter is not correct. Okay. Good voice is a natural gift, but one has to keep practicing to improve and excel well in the field of music. Obviously. So this is something. So confusions and natural gift needs to nurturing and care. So this is something that is flowing out of this thing. This is kind of a passage and conclusive reasoning based question. So this is something that is flowing out. Even though one's voice is not good, one can keep practicing. This is nowhere mentioned in the passage, that statement, and this is so only one conclusion will be followed. Easy question. All colors are pleasant. Again, same syllogism. Colors are pleasant. Some colors are pleasant. Some colors are pleasant. This will be like this. No color is pleasant will be difference. Some colors are not pleasant. Some colors are not pleasant will be the same diagram as this. Will be the same diagram as this. Given the statement 4 is true. So this is true. This is true. We can definitely conclude. We can definitely conclude. We can definitely conclude that all is false. All colors are pleasant is false. This cannot be true with this. So if there are some colors are not pleasant, if this is something that is happening, so then this is definitely wrong. This is definitely wrong. This is definitely wrong. Okay. So one is definitely false. So this is 30. Some rats are cats. This is a repeat question. I guess this is a repeat question. This we have already done. This we have already done. This is a repetition of seventh question. So please check that seventh question. Okay. So third conclusion was following only in this. Fifth. Okay. So the five-story building is there. Five-story building is there. So first to fifth floor is painted using four different colors. Four different colors are used. Only one color is used to. So this is something to be noted. Only one color is used to paint the floor. Let's see with the statement one. Let's see with the statement one. The middle three floors are painted with different colors. So middle three floors. mm, So let's see. Five floors are there. Okay, middle three floors. These floors are painted in different colors. Painted. So first floor and fifth floor can be painted with the same color because four colors are there. Four colors are there. Four colors are there. So this is just the information coming out of statement one. Second and the fourth floor are painted in different colors. So the second, third, and fourth. So this is painted in so let's say this is blue and this is green. Okay. So we this is the information that is coming out from seven. Now in the first and fifth floor are painted red. Now they have given some specific thing. So first and fifth floor are painted red. Okay. Now middle floor will be let's say three more colors, something like this and something like this. Now to ensure that any two consecutive floors have different colors. Any two consecutive floors have different colors. See, only statement 3 is consecutive because based on this, we have four colors are used. One floor is used in only for one color. So based on this, only third statement we are getting that all have no consecutive floors are same color. Because two floors have to be same color because there are five floors with four colors, and it is giving us that for first and fifth is uh, like this. So only statement three is sufficient. This was a quite a nice question because what happens is no in such questions we tend to go for multiple statements. This is the way of dealing with them. This is data sufficiency. If you know that thing, so we will deal with these questions. So data sufficiency is not a different part of a syllabus like syllogism or conclusive reasoning, calendar based, integer number system based. Data sufficiency can be asked. This is the way. So just draw individual things and try to look at the options. If individual options are there, just try to look at them first. And if it is getting true, no, then just don't merge the statements. So what happens, like what I have seen as a problem that many people face in data sufficiency, they merge the statements without looking at the options. And even though the answer was coming out of one statement, they tend to believe that it will be a merger of two statements. So this is something that should be avoided. Okay, now the 16th question. Twice the weight of Sohan is less than the weight of Rohan. So this is statement. So 2s is less than uh, 2s is less than m is less than r. Okay, less than. Twice the weight of Rohan. So 2r is greater than m is greater than s. Okay. So based on these two things, so this is the first part. So weight of Mohan is greatest. So we cannot determine this thing because we are not sure about between Mohan and Rohan. We are not sure about between Mohan and Rohan. So Mohan and Rohan both are greater than Sohan, that is for sure. But 2R is greater than M. So 2R is greater than M. We cannot be sure about M or R, but which is larger? Which is larger? Okay. So this is not sure. This is not sure. This is not sure. So D will be the answer. Whose weight is greatest cannot be determined. Whose weight is least is Sohan because Mohan and Rohan are greater than Sohan, that is for sure. Because even twice is not is less than them. So Sohan is least, that is for sure. Okay, 17th question. There are not more than 51 pages in a book. There are not more than two figures. So there are not more than two figures. There are at least one figure. There is at least one figure on every page. See, on the statement of basis, statement one or statement one, there are not more than two figures. That means there can be uh, so they can be one figure and two figure or zero figure. They can be one figure, two figure or zero figure. So or there can be two figures on each page, two figures on each page. So in this case there will be 102 figures in a 51 page book. In this case there will be less than 100. So we cannot be sure that it is more than 100, less than 100 based on this statement. So statement 1 cannot give us the answer by itself. There is at least one figure. Okay, so let us drop the zero, but still it does not make any difference. Still it does not make any difference because in this case also, let's say 30 pages are one figure and 21 pages have two figures. So this will give us less than 100 and all pages two figures will give us more than 102. So even both the statements cannot like together we cannot say that the number is less than 100 or more than 100 because there are multiple cases that are possible. Okay, again this is a repeat question. This is a repeat question. So please look at this question from that lens. Okay, see, this is kind of an arrangement question given in a data. See, why I mentioned data sufficiency question because this is a kind of conclusive reasoning, and this will give you a practice to look at the surprise element that is there. So this is A and D is heavier than each of B, E, and F. So A is heavier than B, E, and F. D is heavier than D is heavier than D comma E comma F. But none of them is the heaviest. None of them is the heaviest. See, this is not mentioning anything about C. This is not mentioning anything about C. However, it is mentioning that none of them is heaviest. However, it is mentioning, but still we will consider it as it is not mentioning anything about C. It is saying that none of them is heaviest. It is saying that none of them is heaviest, but uh, still we are not sure. Why we are not sure? Because C is not mentioned here. A is heavier than D and lighter than C. So A is heavier than D and C is lighter than C. Based on this second statement, we can say that who is heaviest. Based on the second statement, we can say that who is heaviest. So this was kind of a confusing question in actually PSC exam that I want to make sure because it was mentioned in that, but none of them is heaviest. None of them is heavy. Moreover, this C both C statement one and two is required to answer the question. This is correct. Neither statement one alone on two alone is sufficient to answer the question. This is these are the two same things that are given. So in such cases, UPSC obviously gives two answers. Like these C and D both are given as answers by UPSC official answer key. In such cases, anyone who has marked this question will get the marks. So in such confusing questions, just go with your gut feeling and whatever you feeling is correct, please mark that. Marking is very important because if you will not mark that, you will not get marks. Okay, that is one thing that I have learned from some teachers or some experts. So this is the thing. So if in this case, when I was attempting this paper, I attempted this statement one alone, but actual official answer key was different. But that doesn't make any like one question does not make any difference, and UPSC has a tendency to accept their mistake. So if they have not made it clear, no, so, they will never give us a question like that. Okay, again, so this is something. How far is city P from Q? This is R. P, Q, are three cities. So city Q is 18 kilometers from R. So Q is 18 kilometers from R. So this is definitely not giving us anything. City P is 43 kilometers from R. So P is 43 kilometers from R. This is also not so straight. Alone statement cannot give us anything. And even after merging, so we don't know the orientation of these cities. So it can be like P, Q, and R. It can be like P, Q, and R in a straight line. So we cannot be sure about the different distance between P and Q. So even both statements are not sufficient. Even both statements are not sufficient. Morning walk is good for health. All healthy people go for morning walk. This is something uh, like that cannot be conclusively said from the statement. Morning walk is essential, good, but essential. There is a difference between good and essential. Good essential means very much important, and good is something like that will aid something. So neither okay. So if all the students are boys and all boys are dancers, so students are boys, all boys are dancers, so boys are dancers. Which one of the following is definitely true? Which one of the following is definitely true? All the students are dancers. Obviously, if all the students are dancers, because dance students are a subset of these boys. Okay, so this is done. This is done.